In this video, we are going to talk about arrow functions and this. Let's start with an introduction to arrow functions. In the previous video, we had a function like this. We had let duplicate equal to function value return value times 2. This is what we are going to call in this video a traditional function or just normal function. In a traditional function, we have the word function, its parameters, a body enclosed by these curly brackets, and then the body of the function. This is all great, but we can use another kind of functions, arrow functions. With an arrow function, we will be able to abbreviate some of the ceremony that needs to be done in order to declare a function, and also we are going to have a different meaning for the this keyword. Let's start by abbreviating this function. Let me say here, let duplicate arrow. This is the arrow version of this function. And I will say here, first, the parameters of this function, which is going to be value. And then I am going to use equal to and greater than, which is like an arrow, which is why these functions are called arrow functions. And then here I will say value times 2. And that's it. These two pieces of code, these two functions, are completely equivalent in the sense that they do exactly the same. They are different because of the this keyword that we're going to cover in a few minutes, but other than that, they do exactly the same. And not only that, I can actually abbreviate this more because since I only have one parameter, I can omit these parentheses here, and therefore this is the final result. We have a variable called duplicate arrow, which has a function stored in it, and this function takes one parameter, which is name is value, and then what this function does is to take that value, multiply by 2 and return that. How do we know that we're making a return? Because since we are omitting the curly brackets here, there is an implicit return. So what we're doing then is that we're duplicating the value that we're passing to the function. We can see that. We can say console log duplicate arrow, and I will pass a 3, and then I will open a terminal, new terminal, and I will say note arrow functions, enter, and as you can see we have a 6 here, which means that indeed we are duplicating this value. Now I am not required to do it like this. I can put the curly brackets if I want. For example, I can say let duplicate arrow 2 equal to value arrow, and I can say here curly brackets return value times 2, and this is more similar. This arrow function is more similar to what we had here, because since we are not omitting the curly brackets, then we must be explicit about the return statement. Now arrow functions, just like traditional functions, cannot return a value. For example, I can say let print something equal to, and let's say that this function doesn't have any parameters, then I need to say empty parentheses arrow and then console log, I'll just say something. And this is fine. This is another arrow function, but another case in which we have to define parentheses is when we have more than one parameter. For example, let's say that we have let addition equal to, and we want to sum two values, so value 1, value 2, arrow value 1 plus value 2. And as you can see, because we are defining more than one parameter for the function, then we are obligated to use parentheses also here. And of course, our functions doesn't have to be one-liners. I can say let complex function equal to whatever parameters. What I want to say is that we can have line 1, line 2, and so on. So as you can see, we can have simple arrow functions like this one or complex arrow functions like this one. Now let's talk about this. An important difference between normal functions or traditional functions and arrow functions is the this keyword. And I'm referring to this. I can have a this statement here and also a this statement in an arrow function, and they are different. The difference is that and let me close this so we have more space. The difference is that in a traditional function, the value of this is the value of the object that made the invocation of the function. That is, this varies depending on how we execute the function, whereas in an arrow function, that this value does not depend on who called the function, but on the place in which the function was defined, that is, the original environment. Let's see an example of this, just to make this more clear. Let me comment this out and also comment this out so that this code at least will compile. Now I will also comment this out, and here I am going to define an object. I will say const object equal to, and I will say traditional function equal to function console log traditional function, and I will pass that this. The idea is that with this we are going to print in the console the value of this, and I will do the same for an arrow function. I will say here an arrow function, and I will say console log arrow function this. And not only that, I want to define another property in my object, something simple like last name equal to Gavilan, and that should be fine. Now let's see what's the value of this. Let me come down here and say console log this environment. I want to get the value of this when we are here outside of this object, but now I want to say object dot traditional function and also object arrow function, and let's see what we get in the console. Let me come down here and I will say node arrow functions, and as you can see we have the following. Here we have that this in the environment, that the disk that corresponds to this line of code is just an empty object, which makes sense because we are in a JavaScript file which is not running in a particular interesting environment, and you can see that the arrow function have the same value. Why is that? This is because that this in this arrow function corresponds to where this function was defined, and the environment in which this function was defined is in this JavaScript file environment, which is why we have this environment equal to an empty object and arrow function, which is this value, also equal to an empty object. But, and in spite of that, we can see that here we have traditional function, which corresponds to this line of code. Here we have traditional function and then the same object that we define here. Why is that? Because as I told you before, that this keyword in a traditional function depends on how the function was called. And how was this traditional function called? Well, through this object that we have here, and that is why the value of this variable that we have here is equal to this object, because I get to call this function through this object right here. And you can even see this if you hover over this here. You can see that the value of this is this same object, and also the value of this is type of global this, which is the same this that we have here. Another example that I want to do is to come here to the index.html file and repeat that same experiment. Here in the body I want to say a script, And now I want to come here and I want to copy and paste this, copy and paste this here. Shift Alt F to order everything. Let me minimize this to have more space, and let me move arrow function to be the second invocation so that it's close to the global one. So let me save, right click, and let me click open with live server. And here we have our page. Let me press F12, and here we have this environment, which is the window object, which is normal in a browser environment. And also arrow function, it's this value, is the value of the environment in which the function was defined. And where was our function defined? Well, it was defined here. It was defined here. And what is the environment of this place? The window object. And also if we come back here and we go to traditional function, you are going to see that its value, the value of the disk, is also the object that we declared, the object that has arrow function, last name, and traditional function as its properties, which is this object that we have here. So as you can see, traditional function has this value that depends on how the function was called, and the disk of the arrow function has its value depending on where the function was defined.